now, dude, I got the scariest Walmart story for you, my guy. So look, before we get started, look, it's real quick, okay? So, it was a dark and gloomy night, because that's how every scary story has to start off. It's law. But anyway, I go in Walmart, bro. I kid you not. I get all my stuff, and I'm like, all right, I gotta get in line and check out. We all know Walmart usually have like 1 or 2 lines open. As I'm getting to go online, bro, I kid you not. It was legit like 10 plus checkout lines open. Like, oh my god! But like, all jokes aside though, like being like legit 100% honest, Walmart is the worst place to go. It's a horror story in its own. When I think like in my head like, man, I gotta go get this from Walmart, and that's the only place I can really go right now. It's like, do I really want to go? Like, it's the worst experience. Like the service is beyond bad. The store is just horrible in its own. And oh my god, I had to call their customer service for the first time in my life, probably like last year. Beyond horrible. It's like, this is just crap. But yo, anyway, when I hear about my stories, I'm about to check out 3 true, which you guys know I always gotta relate my stories back to it. But anyway, I'm about to check out 3 true scary Walmart horror stories. I know it's gonna be good. This one has to be freaking good. Walmart's open 24 though. Like, legit, what scary can happen? Well, some of them may not be 24.
My name is Samantha. I'm 20 years old and I work at a Walmart by a small town called Jackson in Alabama. Since I don't go to school full time, my boss would oftentimes put me on an overnight shift, back when the store was open 24 hours a day.
See?
Given that it was a super center, there would still be a number of employees working. My shift this one particular night was 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. I was one of only a couple employees doing stock work, and there was 1 or 2 employees at registers up front.
Makes sense.
Given that our store sits in the countryside of Alabama, we didn't really get much business at these insane hours of the night. However, it was a prime restocking period. I didn't personally know the other employees working that night, but it's not like we'd run into each other in the giant store anyway. I started my night folding pants in the men's department and generally tidying up. I kept headphones in at night because usually there would be no one to tell me to take them out.
Funny because every time I go there like super late.
The customer came to the jeans section.
The workers do be
having headphones. At that time it was around 11:30 p.m. So it wasn't really that weird. People would still come in and close shop till usually around midnight. The customer came up to me and asked me if we had any more of the specific pants he found in a different waist size. I apologized and told him only whatever was on the rack.
I hate hearing that.
He thanked me and walked away.
Like, whatever we got out is what we got.
I made accidental eye contact with him as soon as he stood by the rack putting the jeans back.
Like,
it's kind of awkward.
Hey.
He walked away and I continued with my work. Some time passed and the store started to look like a ghost town. No one to be seen as far as the eye could see. I think it was like 1 a.m. I had made my way over to the appliances section. I was doing a lot of back and forth work with boxes from the back section where we kept all the items that were yet to go out. I brought a wagon full of boxes to one of the aisles and started stocking the shelves. Because the shelves were empty though, I was able to see someone through the next aisle over, and they were watching me.
I'd have purposely went to the knife aisle.
Until he noticed me notice him. Then he looked away. But his eyes looked really familiar.
Cause it's him still.
I stepped closer to get a better view, and I realized it was the same customer from like 2 hours earlier. How in the world could he still be in the store? Without making it obvious, I took the wagon with me and passed the next aisle over just to get a look and see if the man had any items.
I'd have purposely went by another employee.
His hands were completely empty. No way could he be shopping for 2 hours and not pick up a single thing. Something wasn't right. I quickly finished up restocking the shelf with coffee machines and other appliances, then brought the empty wagon to the back area. I chilled out in there for a while because, quite frankly, I felt like that guy might have been following or watching me longer than I realized. I played on my phone for a little while in the employee lounge. Then when I figured it was time to get back to work, I decided I would do grocery work instead, just to be in a different part of the store.
I'd have purposely went to knife out.
I went into the dairy cooler and filled a bunch of crates with dairy products like milk and yogurts. This took a lot of time to do because I had to check the dates on the products and such. Over the loud sound of the giant refrigerators keeping the cooler cold, I heard the door to the dairy cooler burst open. There was conveniently a gap in the boxes sitting on one of the pallets that allowed me to peek through it to the door.
If it's him again, I would have pushed it on him.
And I shit you not, it was that same customer. I ran to cover under one of the shelves and pushed a big box full of eggs in front of me.
No, in front of him!
I didn't have to worry about making noise because the refrigerators were so loud. For anyone wondering why I decided to hide, well, I already assumed this guy was hanging around the store watching me.
Duh!
Seeing him in the employees only section, never mind that, coming into the dairy cooler, seemingly something bad was definitely about to go down. I hid behind that box with my head down for the longest time, expecting to hear the doors to the cooler open and close eventually. After a while of hiding and not looking, I assumed maybe he left.
Man, this dude crazy. He's been in the store for 5 hours already. He ain't going nowhere.
I lifted my head from my arms for the first time and looked up in front of the box and screamed. He was right there, smiling at me, standing over the box. But his smile vanished as soon as I started to scream. He tried putting his hand on my lips to muffle the
Let him and then bite him.
But I didn't allow that to go any further. I pushed the box of eggs over, right into him, and the eggs falling to the floor made him step back, looking down at his shoes.
Oh, he worried about his Jordans.
I ran right past him, but he didn't grab me. So I continued to run till I found another stock worker and told him to help me. The employee's name was Bob, I remember from his name tag.
Bob working with him.
Suddenly, the man from the dairy cooler came up to the two of us and apologized, explaining that he was from corporate and was coming to make sure everything was running smoothly.
You ain't from no corporate!
He said he didn't mean to scare me and was simply checking up on me in the dairy cooler to make sure I wasn't slacking.
So why you put your hand on my mouth, clown?
This Bob guy seemed to believe it all.
Man, I'm bleeding. Let's jump.
But then again, he didn't seem very smart at all. I asked the man why he put his hand on my mouth, and he said he was trying to avoid making a scene.
Did you say shh?
Then, shockingly, he gave me the order to finish up the appliance section, and he disappeared. As he was speed walking away down the aisle, I called out, "What's your name?" And he called back, "Tom." And just like that, he was gone. The next day, I called one of the managers and asked if there was supposed to be a visit from corporate.
You should have called them that instant.
And if a creepy man named Tom sounded familiar. My manager, Margaret, said it sounded like complete bullshit. There was no record of anyone from corporate named Tom who was supposed to come visit. Nor would anyone from corporate ever be in the store at 2 a.m.
I was thinking the same thing.
They then went ahead and checked the camera footage, and a police report was filed when they realized this was a random man. And the cameras proved this man had been stalking me between the aisles for the better part of the first few hours of my shift. I told Margaret I couldn't do night shifts anymore.
I told Margaret I can't work there no more. She understood.
I still work there, but more so as a day stock person or a cashier.
You'd have to transfer me, or I'm just not working this no more. Clown, the dude just tried to kidnap me.
What's one place you can go to and find the weirdest, freakiest creatures in our society?
Walmart.
I swear I've never been to a single Walmart where I didn't see at least one eye-catchingly strange human being.
You'd be like, oh my god.
Strange does not even cut it for what I'm about to tell you. It was the Thursday before Black Friday. My Walmart was open extra late. I was in there around 11 o'clock looking for a new laptop. And by chance, I picked up off the shelf the last one that was being promoted for a really good Black Friday deal. As I grabbed it though, some big, revolting, dirty-looking guy comes up to me and insists he needs a laptop very badly.
What? You better order one.
I nervously said, "I'm sorry, it's the last one." Then he got angry at me and started making a bit of a scene. The man clearly wasn't normal, and my heart started racing simply because I don't get put on guard in these kinds of situations.
I just kept walking like, you're not about to touch me.
As others looked on at the commotion this big guy was making, I walked away with the laptop box quickly and went straight to a line. He kept yelling at me as I walked away. It was unbelievable. Some other customers on the line even tried to laugh with me and make me feel better, saying the guy was a nut.
No.
So I get home. My family's all asleep already.
He followed you.
I go outside to
I'm not about to, because if I'm in the store and I know you that mad at me about this laptop and you behind me cussing me out for that long, do not just walk right to your car and go home. Obviously, this guy followed you. I mean, he ain't got no reason to be at the store no more anyway. You already got what he came for in the last one. Meaning he ain't got no reason to be at the store no more anyway. He followed you home. I guarantee I'm right. I guarantee it. There's no way in that situation you should have just walked out without calling the cops. No way. There's no way you should have just walked to your car.
So I get home. My family's all asleep already. I go outside to sit in the yard by the pool and set up my new laptop.
Set up his new laptop.
Then the light on the side of the house turned on. The one that turns on due to movement.
Yup, I knew it.
I went to check the side of the house to make sure no one was there. Would that thing go off once in a while? Yeah.
He must really want
There's
this laptop.
a small patch of woods right next to the house, so animals would often run on the property, triggering it. Either way, I'm kind of a big pussy, so I went inside, locked the door, and finished setting up my laptop in the living room. A car alarm suddenly started going off outside.
I don't care. I ain't going out there.
I recognized it to be my Cadillac.
Grab the keys.
And looked out the window to confirm this. I ran to get my keys upstairs, then tried pressing the panic button to turn off the alarm. It didn't work from the inside, so I stepped out to the porch and clicked it off. But then I noticed a car parked in front of our house that wasn't there earlier when I got home. And any cars parked in the street on our block was suspicious enough. We live in a closed-off community, and everyone has huge driveways.
You didn't think to...
I stepped down from the stoop.
Why? To make sure he didn't follow you?
I realized there was someone sitting in that car. I went back inside and locked the door. I went to my mom's room and told her I think someone outside means us harm. My mom and dad have a complicated situation, so my dad doesn't always stay with us.
So
it would have been a different story having my dad there to tell about this. My mom came downstairs with me, noticeably worried based on what I told her. My mom took a look through the peephole in the front door, then gasped and put her hands over her mouth.
What?
I looked through it as well, and felt ready to throw up, when I saw a huge man standing on the other side of the door on our stoop.
Oh! Sorry.
I whispered to my mom, I think that man followed me from Walmart.
You think?
Suddenly, the doorknob started to turn as the man tried opening the door.
You ain't got no guns?
When it didn't work, he started pounding on the door. That's when my mom let out a gasp and cry. And my younger sister came out from her room,
call the cops,
who also started to panic when becoming wise to the situation. The pounding stopped. Then there was a silence.
Oh, I wish your daddy was there.
Other than my mom's voice on the phone with the police. A few minutes went by. My mom's still on the line with 911 with police en route. And there was a loud bang and crash downstairs in the den.
Oh,
a window.
Here got a laptop, bro!
My mom and sister both screamed and cried. I told them to run upstairs while I locked the door to the den. I waited down there, expecting an attempt at the door or a bang. Nothing.
It's probably some cheap
I heard a police car briefly wail its siren outside my house. It was the quickest response time I'd ever heard of. I ran outside to lead them to the den where the broken glass was. There they found the huge, dirty, crazy-looking man hiding behind one of our couches. He was arrested at once, and we pressed charges.
Heck yeah!
All the while, he was screaming profanities and threats at me, not helping his case.
Good, keep him coming.
Both cops told me the guy seemed unstable and on some kind of drugs, but told us to get a good night's rest because he wouldn't be bothering us again. So while it may be fun to people watch at Walmart and laugh at some of the goofy things you see,
that's why they don't see me laughing.
Realize you may also find some of the more dangerous people in our society in your local Walmart.
That is all because you went to the laptop and he wanted the last one. People are crazy, bro.
Working the night shift at Walmart as a night stock person on the weekends was my second job when I was finishing up college. I needed to pay off my loans, so I had to make money however possible. I didn't deal with customers or anything. I would just sign for night deliveries, do warehouse work, and stock shelves in the store during after hours.
See, that means you didn't want
to buy yourself. A typical shift would usually be either 11 to 7 or 12 to 7.
I feel like that sugar on my face.
On July 9th, 2015, a Thursday night, I still have it locked into my brain. I was midway through my shift in the electronics department when I saw in the corner of my eye someone walk past the aisle I was working in. This wouldn't usually catch my attention if it weren't for the fact that there were only 2 other workers in the building with me that night, Alvin and Baco. They were both wearing the same staff shirts I was wearing. I would know because we all clocked in at the same time. The person I saw in the corner of my eye was wearing all black.
Oh, no, yeah.
So I naturally walked to the end of the aisle and did a little peep around the shelf. No one was there. I yelled both Alvin and Baco's names, so when they didn't answer, it made it even stranger. But regardless, I went back to work. I was holding in a pee for a while, and I told myself I'd go when I finished working that aisle. Seconds later, there was a huge crash a few aisles down.
I ain't hear it.
It actually started.
I ain't hear it. Nope.
I ran over to
Not
see
me.
what it was. And a bicycle was somehow knocked off its hook. The hook was still fine and in place. It seemed like someone would have had to put effort into knocking this down.
That ain't my
I
job.
hung it
I
back
ain't
up
security.
and started walking around the aisles, suspicious as hell. I got to the last aisle towards the back of the store, which was the paper and cleaning aisle. Then there was this freaky-ass sound that I could best describe as a laugh.
Oh, heck. Oh,
It
no.
sounded like it came from literally the next aisle over. So once again, I did a short run back to that
Why? Why are you trying to play
aisle. My head
Scooby-Doo?
dropped when I saw a man dressed in all black, waiting by the end of the aisle, with his back facing me, but his head turned so that all I saw was only half his face.
I think I say all the way around.
Then he suddenly ran. Not towards me, but down some other aisle. I heard his footsteps running around. I was faced with a choice of chasing after him or going to
For
find
what?
my two co-workers. And I chose the latter. All the while, I heard these freakish laughing sounds and footsteps that I honestly felt like were circling me.
Man, that would creep me out, bro.
I found Alvin in the women's
Good, I'm
department
sticking with
and told
Alvin.
him to be on the lookout for someone who wasn't meant to be in the building dressed in all black. We didn't have walkie-talkies, so I asked him to tell Baco if he ran into him.
And we sticking together.
I excused myself because I couldn't hold it any longer. I had to go to the
Come
bathroom.
with me, bro.
I ran to the employees-only bathroom, which was in the warehouse section. I put a nest of toilet paper on the seat in one of the stalls and sat down.
Now,
And yes, I'm the kind of person to sit.
now you about to trap yourself. If I just come across this whole almost demonic, I can't even talk, demonic experience while working, bro, I'm not about to go to a private bathroom and lock myself in there. Sometimes I just don't get it. I wake up from a bad dream and I tell my brother, hey, bro, you go into the bathroom with me, my guy. Stand by the door in our own home. Like, bro, when I was a kid, something like that scary happened. I'm like, no, hey, bro, come with me. Just stay right here by the door. Door open so I can make sure he right there, but don't worry, my back facing towards you. You ain't gonna see my jank, all right? But no, it's no way.
Pee.
Now he about to look over there.
The door to the bathroom opened and closed. Naturally, with 3 to 4 people
And
in
you
the
sitting
building,
there.
I said, "Who is that?"
Take it
And
as
with
shit.
no answer, I assumed the worst. I heard that horrific
I've
laughing.
been running doodle hanging in the
Someone steps into view from between the crack in the door. Looking right in, they stepped closer until the crack
Kick
was
the door!
completely covered, and all I saw of their face was an eye. Then the whispering began. Unintelligible whispering, but the echo from the bathroom just made it more unsettling. I just remembered I had Alvin's phone number saved
Boy,
on
you
my
ain't got time
phone,
for that.
so I got it out and called him at once. I was very loud with what I was saying, telling Alvin
Hurry up,
to
bro,
get to
hurry
the
up!
bathroom at once and help me. I stayed on the line with him and watched as the man on the other side of the stall laughed one more time, then ran out of the bathroom. I told Alvin to hurry, and 20 to 30 seconds later, Alvin entered the bathroom. He said he didn't see anyone on his way there.
What?
We didn't have any security guys working when the store was closed, so we couldn't even go look at the cameras. I stayed by Alvin the rest of the night,
Yeah, Alvin,
helping
walk
in
me to
whatever
my car.
sections he
I'm
was
going home.
working in, because safety in numbers. I texted my boss that night, and when I woke up at 3 p.m. the next day, I read his
Alvin didn't work
response.
there.
He said all the camera screens returned static footage from the night before. Nobody went and turned them off as far as he knew. I got chills reading his texts. He believed my story and assumed it was related to the cameras, but with no video proof of a breaking and entering or
bro.
trespassing, I don't think there was anything he could do. It was all above my pay grade, though.
You right.
That was the only
I'm
night
done.
shift I've ever had where something truly unexplainable happened.
Bro, that last story scared the life out of me, bro. You know what I was expecting to happen? I was expecting to read the text like, yeah, nobody named Alvin worked because Walmart's such a big place. I would think like it's probably like people working all the time that you don't know. It's like, oh, you work here too? Okay, good. My name is boom, boom, boom. I just say something like, I thought he was gonna say something like, but no one, Alvin, no one named Alvin worked there. Because I thought the whole time it was him. Because that only makes sense. Because he like, oh, I didn't see nobody. Oh, I didn't hear anything. And as you walk to the bathroom, you don't see this person. Oh, I didn't see this person. And like, no, I thought it was gonna go that way. But regardless, though, I love sarcastically how people still be working at these jobs when this type of stuff be happening. I kid you not. Let me be working there, especially something like story number 3 happened. I am big done. I'm not putting no 2 weeks in. I'm not even letting you know I'm quitting because the dude gonna know. He gonna know. He gotta just think I still work there, so he's still trying to stalk me, whatever. But it's gonna take him a week to realize, man, I don't think Charlie working here no more. He ain't coming to work no more, my guy. But I'm going to wrap up the video here before it gets too long. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, share, guys. Amazing, guys are awesome, man. I love these scary videos. These scary videos are the best, bro. They just like, I don't know. It's something about something being scared. Like, to me, hella weird to explain. I love scary stuff, but at the same time, I hate scary stuff because it's like it's such a rush, like a good feel, like oh my god, this is so good, it's so scary, like this is so creepy. But at the same time, it's like oh my god, this like what just happened to me? This is like so scary, so creepy, like hella scary. I like just if I can't explain. But yo, until next time, buddies, Charlie's out.